Hello, welcome. You're watching me live. What's happening? Welcome to Supercharged Fridays on the 30th of May. May is over, ladies and gentlemen, already. And yeah, it's yet another Friday. How are you doing? Welcome back to Supercharged Fridays. And yeah, if you haven't met, I'm happy you're here. My name is Sonal Behel. I used to be in human resources for about 2 decades, internationally, India, South America, Europe, big companies, small companies, done all the fun stuff. And today I'm a career strategist. I help people who are transitioning in their career, whether it's their choice or not, and help them to find something better, more amazing, that pays better, that makes them look forward to Monday morning. If that's what you're about, consider subscribing, consider my newsletter, my live stream, the podcast, all the good stuff. You can find that on my website, superchargeyourself.com. All right. So, how does this work? We get together once a week, and I'm interested in what you're going through. Do you need help with something? And if you do, I'm more than happy to share some perspectives with you. It's not about having all the answers because I don't think anyone does. It's more about sharing how would I think about this if I were in your shoes. So if I can help with anything, feel free to join. This would be the best way to ask. My problem is X, my ideal outcome is Y, my question is Z. Or Z if you're in the US. Everything goes. Feel free to join. If you're watching me, tell me hi. Say hi in the comments. Say hi in the chat. Don't be shy, okay? Like, don't be like, wow, what is this is like a really safe space. And I've been doing this for over 5 years. I started in January 2020. So I've heard a lot, I've seen a lot. So there's very little that shocks me. So yeah, join me and let us get into it. I left my phone downstairs, so I'm gonna check on the tech front that things are working. Uh, that at least that I'm live the way I'm supposed to appear. Is it showing me live? I think it should be okay. I think it's okay. All right. Welcome. How is it going? Very warm welcome, Risto. How are you doing? How is the third book? What is the third book called again? Remind me. You're writing so many books that I can't keep up. So nice to sit for a while. I completely understand. This is the first time I'm sitting today as well. It's been a little bit go this week. So before we get more into things, I'm just gonna take a quick sip. Cheers. Ooh, good stuff. Lots of ginger in my tea. Exactly how I like it. So what's happening? It's so quiet in the comments. What is going on? Tell me how your week was. What are you like watching and just like watching? Like, like a voyeur, like what's going on? Like you're coming to like a live stream on careers and you're gonna be quiet. That means you like listening to other people's problems, which is okay. I'm still happy you're here. But if you've got something on your mind, this would be the place to talk about it. This is a judgment free zone. Okay. Maybe sometimes, once in a while, we all need a little bit of tough love. I'm there for that. But I'm not here to judge and tell you what you should be doing. It's one of the words that I actually don't like, and it's almost never used in my dictionary. So this isn't about that. But if there's anything you need help with, say hi. Otherwise, no problem. Sometimes I've done these live streams and they've lasted like a few minutes because no one was around. It was a busy week. That's fine. Yeah, we all got stuff to do. So, all right. Oh, we got a question. Hey, Harish, how are you? Okay. The book that I was talking about earlier, Career Constellation. So, like I'm guessing like stars. A strategic guide to navigating your career should be available on Amazon next week. Exciting, exciting. Oh my gosh. Another baby of yours born in the world. Fab, congratulations. We're still very happy for you. Mr. Abdullah, how are you? I'm a beginner in human resources. Could you please suggest some important points? Wow. Congratulations for choosing HR. I don't know if you chose HR or HR chose you, but whatever it is, it's one of the best things I've done in my life. It's a decision I made when I was 18 years old, and I have never looked back. So I'm really happy for you. And I'm remembering myself in my early days. What is, I think people have written books on this subject. Harish, I by no means consider myself a subject matter expert, but I will say, okay, I know I know everyone says this, but I will say this as well because it bears repeating. At the center of human resources, okay? At the center is people development and satisfaction. At the center. Notice I said this is difficult to put into practice because there will be a lot of pressure to put profit over people. A lot. And sometimes, there are clashes on this. I actually left a company because of this, because my principles no longer aligned. Not an easy thing to do. But when you're starting out in the career and you're focused on human resources, if you're focused on people's well-being, overall satisfaction at work, and it's based on subjects like fairness and integrity, you're going to very soon find out if your leadership echoes and mirrors these same values. And if they don't, try and, as much as you can, move into companies where HR means something. You can tell a lot about the culture of a company on how HR is treated and how HR in turn treats people. You can tell a lot. So the some of the worst examples I've seen is where they didn't even realize this, but when HR reports to finance or HR reports to operations, what is the CEO saying? The CEO is saying HR is not that important that they need to report directly to me. I've got other things going on. So that's not easy and it's not in your control. But what is in your control is making sure that you are the best at what you do when it comes to problem solving, when it comes to understanding policies, helping people. Because at the end of the day, what is HR if it's not about that? And sometimes, the power can go into the head of that HR person. And they start thinking like bean counters and start thinking from a point of view of, money purely and not, you know, human, human qualities. That's when I think HR gives, those people give HR a bad name. I can talk a lot about this. And I actually have brought in guests who talk about recruitment and HR and senior management and leadership. You can go back several weeks and you'll find them. I've had amazing guests on my podcast where I get into much more detail, but this is a good place to start, right? I hope this helps you. Such a good question. Thank you for asking. And I wish you the very, very best with your HR career. And I hope it's really special. You have an background in organizational psychology. I'm trying to align business culture. Business culture and psychology culture within the same organization. How can it be possible? I don't know. It's very hard to say this, right? And I don't even actually completely understand the question when you say psychology culture. What does that mean? Sometimes the questions are so big, right? They sound very like, wow, but I don't even know what that means. Do you know what that means? Because if you, in order to know what that means, you should be able to explain it as if you're talking to a 10-year-old. Why is it saying? I'm sorry, one moment. It's saying my battery is low. I thought I was connected. Nope, I'm not. Give me a moment and I shall be right back. My kid disconnected it because he was playing video games. Okay. Almost done. Almost done. Let me find that thing. So, in case someone is logging in, they're like, what the heck is going on? Let me put this down. Yeah, I am coming back. I have like 6% battery that I didn't realize. And gonna connect. Okay. should be connected by now. Okay, I was trying to hide the wire. I find it a bit ugly. All right. Sorry about that. Oh, much better. So much brighter. What was I saying? I completely lost track of it. I'm sorry. Yes, what does that mean? Tell me, Harish. I don't know what that means. Business culture. You do your best, okay? Focus on what you can do. Focus on what's on your plate. There's a lot of bigger fish to fry always. And it can be very distracting. Stay on your lane. If you have further questions, more than happy to look into that with you. Okay. Hi, Sonal. Hi. What's your name? What is your name? I'm curious when I don't see names. What's your name? Tell me your name. I want to say hi. I'm from learning and development, and for us, investment in people in terms of development and learning matters. Thank you for initiating this talk. Oh yeah, wow, fab. I love that. I love that we're on the same page. Honestly, what can be more important? What can be more important? See, if you're a one-man business, one-woman business, then it's all about the customers, right? It's all about customers. It's all about making sure they're happy. But when you have others, you have to first think about internal customers, then think about external customers. Otherwise, how does it work? Otherwise, how does it work? Okay, this wire is kind of bothering me. Just give me a sec. I'm gonna hide it in a very sly way. That's a little better. All right. Yeah. Okay, good. Hey Akbar, how are you? I recently lost my job because I'm 54 and I cannot get another job. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm very sorry to hear that. What tell me more about what makes you say for sure that the reason you lost your job is because of your age? You might likely be right, but tell me more about that. What makes you say that this is the reason you lost your job? And why is it, what has been the most difficult thing about getting another job? Tell me more about that. Okay. Okay. I want to hear more. This is serious and I want to help you. Okay. I'm going to wait a bit. I just realized I haven't. I'm sorry. I just realized I haven't brushed my hair. Oh boy. Come on, Sona, get your ish together. Okay. Are we heard back from Akbar? I used to deliver for Uber and they fired me for no apparent reason. You were an Uber driver, right? You were doing Uber delivery. I get that. And they fired you for no apparent reason and I cannot get interviews. So what are you looking for now, Akbar? Are you looking for another job as an Uber delivery person? Or are you looking for something else? Tell me more about that. Because if you are, if you've got the skill set, you're driving, you're punctual and all of that, good customer service, then there's other companies like Uber, right? There's so many delivery places, so much competition now. So tell me, I want to hear more about that. Hey Bharat, are you talking about my newsletter last week? This week. Besides clear ask and fine-tuning messages, how can genuine job seekers gain trust from hiring managers? First, get noticed and then answer main points when applying. Formal communication often gets overlooked. So, what Bharat is talking about, if you haven't subscribed to my newsletter, what are you even doing? It's a fun, it's something I send out 2 times a week. And it's always fun to read. I don't like boring newsletters and I don't like to send boring newsletters because I don't like to read boring newsletters, right? This particular newsletter was about a Delta employee who was the captain of a Delta airline, the captain of this particular flight that was late. It was a very short distance it had to cover, I think, from Michigan to Minneapolis or something like that. And somebody had a connecting flight to San Francisco. And as everyone knows, if you've taken a flight, the connecting flight, you can miss it if the original flight is leaving late. So there was a lot of stress because of that, a lot of tension in the air. So the pilot comes in front of everyone. First thing he says is, I want to start with an apology. Everything just kind of became better after that. So it was about how can you address the elephant in the room, right? Um, Fine tuning messages, trust. I think sometimes it's about saying the quiet part out loud. It's about saying what others are thinking, but having the courage to say it out loud, whatever that looks like, right? And trust is not something that's built overnight. The more people see you, the more they trust you. So, connecting, following them on LinkedIn, commenting on what their posts are, especially people who are very regular, I think that can help you a lot. Consistency is very, very overlooked, right? And it's a little bit about what you say. It's a little bit also, it's mostly about how you say it, right? So the tone of your delivery, everything matters. So there's a lot more that goes into this. But I would say that's a good place to start and think about it. So yeah, thank you so much for your question. Okay, Akbar's got back to me. I'm trying to find another delivery job. I'm not getting any interviews and I have a family of six. And I need a job. They're too young to work and I'm in a bad situation. I need professional help. I need professional help. And Google recommended you. Oh, wow. I had no idea. Wow, that's amazing. Akbar, thank you so much for being here. Listen, things are challenging for you right now. There's no doubt. I completely understand that. Okay. Um, this is what I recommend. Okay. Step 1, 2, 3, 4. Number one, step one, be very clear on what you want. Be very clear on what you want. Do you want to be driving a car? Do you want to be driving taxis? Do you want to be doing delivery for food? Whatever that looks like, right? These are not typically jobs that will have a lengthy interview process. Okay. So, number one, be clear on what you want. Number two is contact as many companies as possible. I don't think the age is relevant for these jobs. Yeah. There is no major lack in skill set there. They're not asking you to run a program or they're not asking you to work in finance. This is a job where you need good eyesight, good vision, you drive well, good driving skills, right? And you can, like, if it's picking up people or dropping off food, you can speak the language basic. You don't even have to do, like, very advanced communication for that. So these are not the kind of roles that require heavy recruiting. And they, like I said, you're not lifting the car, you're driving, right? You need basic, good health, physical health. So I have a family of six. I understand. So it might be a good idea to look at multiple things at the same time. One would be delivery. If you can get flexible hours for that. If you are if you speak well in the language of the country you work in, could you be doing a job which is remote customer service? Yeah. Um, I want to taxi people. I used to have 4 stars on Uber, but they just removed me and sent me an email and they never got back to me. That's so weird. I don't understand why they did that. I'm sorry. I don't understand why they did that. And that's a big problem for you, right? Um, Maybe write to them again and find out what happened and maybe put it on Twitter. Times are desperate right now, right? Put it on Twitter and tag them and saying, hey, I've had the best time taxing people and I've been very good at this. And now I'm struggling. Um, can you please tell me what happened? You have to be clear, this was not your fault. Because if something bad happened and they did it for a reason, then this will not help you. Okay. But if you're genuinely like, I don't know what happened, everything was going well and suddenly they stopped, then I would be a bit more loud about this. Yeah. If you sent emails and they're not working, then put this on Twitter or something. Get their attention, right? Get their attention a little bit. Doesn't matter. It's called X now. Start an account. Doesn't matter. It's free. Start an account. You want to get their attention, right? But at the same time, like I said, who are the other competitors of Uber? You should be talking to them as well. Don't get stuck with this. If you're banging your head against the wall and it's not working, it's very painful. And it's a sure shot road to burnout. Look at other opportunities as well as quickly as possible. Who else needs a and e-commerce is peak right now. Everyone needs delivery. Everyone needs delivery. Something or the other will work out, whether it's food, whether it's an Amazon driver, whatever it is. That is one role that is going to be in demand. We are not in a situation where drones are driving and drones are dropping everything, not yet, especially not things like food and people. I want you to take more time and get their attention. Okay, good luck with that. Hey Kevin, what's happening? So Akbar, I wish you the best. Okay. Hi, Kevin. I took an open position in my current company, but they refused to level my salary with the budget assigned to that role. They said they would do it, but they didn't. How do you approach this? Hmm. Mm, in the perfect world, you would have received the right level of pay which corresponds to this new role, right? Is this new role slightly higher than what you had? Because if the answer is yes, then it does correspond. Most of the time, Kevin, companies are not transparent about that, right? So in that case, um, they can reassess the position and say, well, it's not right always, but they'll say, okay, based on the incumbent, based on the new incumbent, we can reassess the position in terms of the level of responsibilities and scope, right? Is it wider? Is it narrower? Is it deeper? What's going on with that? So, how long ago did they say they would do it and they haven't done it? Is this a sizable amount of time? Because typically they would like to run this in their performance cycles. They're a little bit rigid on that front. It's not always necessary that people have bad intent. It's something that we can jump to. We assume that it's the case. It's not always the case. It can be. I don't know. But what's your feeling about this? You need to see. Are you feeling respected? Is the work good? Are you enjoying the working with the people in the new team? Right. All of that stuff matters. And if the answer is no, not really, then what's the point? Then it's not worth it. Then maybe it's time to start seeing something else. I wouldn't overcomplicate this, right? And also have a discussion with your manager and HR and find out some timelines. If they still haven't done it and they said they would do it, say, okay, so is there any specific reason why? Rather than say, why, I want this. Understand more. Why is it not done? They said they would do it, but they didn't. Why? Talk to them. Pick up the phone or best do it in person and find out what's going on. It's a very good thing that they are promoting from within. It's very good. They seem to be a bit behind on the compensation front. You should have that sorted pretty soon. Okay? So good luck with that. They just said that the higher ups made the decision. Dear Akbar, we regret to inform you that your case has been permanently removed, effective until final. Okay, and you don't know why. Phew, that's awful. Honestly, I don't know if anything will happen by doing this on Twitter. You can always try. What do you have to lose? You can always try, but I would move on, right? I would move on and see something else. And there's lots of other opportunities. There's plenty of fish in the sea, Akbar. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Just don't give up. Try a few other places that are competitors of Uber. Okay? It's not your fault. I don't know. So good luck with that. Hi Shivam, how are you? How do you increase long time? Yeah, long time. How do you increase your chances? Are you still in Canada? How are you doing? How do you increase your chance of applying for jobs when the job market is unfavorable, low availability, and a ton of competition, especially because of layoffs at big tech? Shivam, Are you currently working somewhere? Because if you are currently working somewhere, I would look passively, but I wouldn't want to make very big jumps, meaning I would avoid things like a change in industry, change in function, or change in geography, city or something for that matter. Um, that's what I'm asking. Are you currently working or are you currently between jobs? If you want to increase your chances, I mean, I have a whole YouTube channel dedicated to this. I don't know where to start. Yeah, there's a lot that you can do. You have built a network over the last couple of years in Canada, right? So talk to people, ask them, say, these are my target companies. Is there anyone you can introduce me to? I would really appreciate it and really, really value your advice on how to go about this. Do this on a regular basis and do it a lot more. One outreach that you do, which is very targeted, is equal to like 5 or 10 applications because you don't have control of how and what happens with those applications. Right? But you do control a lot more on referrals, outreach, networking, and stuff like that. So, okay, good luck with that. You're very welcome. That's so kind. You're very welcome. I wish you the very best with all of this. Just give me a sec. Sorry. Looking for a role in the same vertical. Uh, but the same thing that worked without applying a few years ago isn't working anymore. Yeah, yeah, it's different. The market's a little different now, right? What used to work before doesn't work anymore. Professional experience with the State Bank of India. About 36 years experience. What are the options for consultation? Give me a sec. Sorry, I got to talk to my kid. My kid was home right now. It's a 4-day weekend here in Belgium, managing multiple things at the same time. What are the options for consultation? Tell me more, Anuj. How can I help you? I don't know. What kind of consultation? Are you looking for clients? For what type of work? Right? You have to go out there and ask. Does anybody need help with so and so? I can help. Have a very clear statement and profile page on LinkedIn about what you're doing, especially if you're retired, right? But it's very helpful to know what this is what I do, this is how I do it, this is a success I've had. Why should people believe you, right? So good luck. I wish you the best. Not quite sure if I answered your question. All right. Fab. I think yeah, it's almost 30 minutes. So I hope this has been helpful. If you're watching this and you are options for consultation for jobs, etc. Yeah, same thing. Same thing. We gotta go. Um, the answer that I just shared with Shivam right now, based on his question, I think that will help you as well. So if you just joined in, if you just tuned in, catch the replay. That'll help you. So if you found this useful, yeah, subscribe, catch me on YouTube, follow me on LinkedIn, and share this. If a friend is going through something and one of the answers that you thought were helpful, share it with your friend. Don't keep it to yourself. All right? Take care of yourself, and I shall see you at the same time next Friday. Bye.